Why do I feel like every time I start a new video, I always start it leaving this door right here and going outside? I guess I just don't film inside all that much, because most of the time we're filming vehicles and the vehicles are outside. Now today we're going to do a used vehicle highlight. I was supposed to make a video about this 2017 Corvette that we took in on trade. I wanted to wait until it went through the whole service detail process. In that time period, Crazy Eddie Goldstein here sold the car, so I never had the chance to go back and make another video. But we're going to make a video on the car that customer traded in for that 2017 Corvette. And it was this 2013 C6 Corvette. I've always been a big fan of the C6 Corvette, and it's probably because I've owned two of them. I bought one in 2005. I then traded that one in. I bought one in 2007. So I had two of these. This one, being a 2013, is the last model year of the C6, because in 2014, the C7 had come out. Another really cool fact about this particular car is this one is a manual transmission, and we're gonna take it for a quick spin. It's just gonna be a little drive down memory lane for me, being that I drove one of these cars for about 5 years. Now this one is a 1LT, so it's a little bit more basic as far as equipment. It's not the 3LT like the one I had, so it doesn't have things like heated seats, it doesn't have the head-up display, it doesn't have nav with the radio screen. It's the old style radio, but it's the 6.2 liter, it's a manual trans, it's gonna be a fun drive. It's also a coupe, and it's a target top. This roof comes out, and I wanna tell you a funny story about that. We're actually gonna take the top off for the ride. So let me do that. How can I do this and film at the same time is the question. To take the top off is actually pretty easy, and it's the same exact thing today in the C8s. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna drop your visors. You have two handles here. You're gonna release those two handles. Then over your shoulder, you're gonna see this little apparatus here. You press your thumb on it and it's gonna release the rear latch. Now it's just a matter of lifting it up out of the car and stowing it in the back trunk area where it's designed to fit. I've always found the easiest way for me to do that, especially when I was by myself, was just to sit in the car, lift the top off, and then get out of the car while holding the top over my head. Kind of like this. Lift it up, and then stand up. Well, these are heavy. Just like that. And then this stows away in the back trunk area of the car. And it locks in just like that. I'll tell you a quick funny story. Back in 2007, I had a customer come in on the Corvette, right? We used to have them all parked out front. C6s were readily available, so we always had, a few on the lot. We had this really nice atomic orange 2007. So I had a customer in, and I was showing him how to take the top off like we just did. And when I went to put the top in the trunk, I nicked the latch here with the top. So it put like a fingernail-sized scratch on the roof of the car. Very embarrassing to do that in front of a customer. The customer didn't buy the vehicle, nothing like that. But anyway, I went inside, I told my manager, I was like, listen, just had a little bit of an accident. I scratched the car, showed him the damage. He's like, yeah, let the body shop know, we'll figure it out. We'll fix it. And that was the end of it. I told the body shop, like, listen, we got a little scratch on the car, we got to figure it out. Forgot all about it. Fast forward months later, I'm talking 6-7 months later, they have 0% financing for 60 months on the Corvette. I had my silver 2005. I was looking at the numbers. I'm like, you know what I can do? I can trade it at this car, go into the new one, 0%. I'll pay a payment. I'll have a brand new Corvette, no miles on it. So I decided to jump on it and do it. I took the orange car home that Saturday when I bought it, and I brought the silver car back that Monday because that was the trade-in. I didn't have it at work with me that day. I had my other car. So that Sunday, I had both Corvettes at the house, which was awesome. I go to do a full detail on the car because I didn't detail it here. I wanted to do it myself and just, enjoy the ownership experience. And I go to wash the car and I see the scratch on it. And I'm like, oh man, what happened? The car scratched, and it clicked that I, in fact, was the one that scratched the top. I'm guessing it was such a small little scratch that the body shop never actually got to it. And it was just one of those things that got kind of swept under the rug and was forgotten about. I drove the car for 5 years. I never even fixed it. It was such a small little white mark that it didn't really matter to me. So the car remained with a scratch, and it was a story that I could talk about, whoops, forgot. As you can see here, this car has 24,943 miles on it. It's a 1LT, so it's a bit more of a basic car as far as the amenities and that sort of thing. The guy took very good care of it. He actually had like custom-made plastics that were over the door sills. So, and even over, I think it was over this part as well. So there's like no scratches anywhere in here, no scratches from getting in and out on either side. because again, he had these like plastic protectors on there, which I guess when they took them off when they put the car through the shop. So, you know, it's a very clean car, and you know, definitely would be a nice addition to somebody's driveway. The real reason I want to drive this vehicle is I want to kind of feel it out, right? This is something that I'm going to be trying to sell, so I want to make sure I know the ins and outs of the car. So I just go on our normal little test drive route around the back. I do this with pretty much all the used cars, you know, just to kind of get a feel for them. And, you know, again, just what do you notice? What does it feel like? What does it sound like? So I can better present the vehicle to somebody, whether it be over the phone, online, or here in person. So although I would love to film this, it's going to be a little tough filming and shifting gears. So I will see you when I get back. I'm gonna take a little shortcut. Maybe I can film and drive. Look at a new wall. Oh, look at that. All done, fixed, new pole. I'll do my best to film and drive. Let me take you on the road here. I always go down this little side street right by the dealership because it's a pretty bumpy road, so it'll give us a good feel for exactly how the vehicle will handle more of a rougher road. I definitely miss a sports car. I miss having the performance car. You know, the new C8s are awesome. I absolutely love them. I'll have one day. I actually thought about it. You know, I have no intentions of getting rid of my Bolt. That's going to be my daily driver for the unforeseen future. I actually just said that in a comment earlier today. You know, I can't trade that car for 3 years anyway, because to get the New Jersey money, the $4,000, you actually have to keep the car registered in New Jersey for 3 years. I'm only a little over a year in, so I still have that car for 2 years no matter what. If you do trade it in or you sell the car, you could possibly be charged back the $4,000, and we don't want that. So that car is mine to stay. Car's paid off. It doesn't cost me anything other than insurance. So we're gonna use that car as long as humanly possible. But I feel like getting something else, whether it be a Corvette, a performance car, maybe something like this that I can mod out, maybe another Jeep Wrangler that I can mod out, like another two-door off-road vehicle. My sister and brother-in-law just bought a Rubicon. They just got a Wrangler Rubicon 4xe, so they want to do some off-roading. It'll be something that'll be fun to maybe do. But I'm thinking the performance aspect is really what I want. And to have a manual trans again would be nice. Both Corvettes I had were manual. My Jeep Wrangler was a manual as well. And it's part of the driving experience. It's a fun way to drive a car. And I like that about the car. I like manual transmissions, I like gas engines, and you know what else I like? I like electric cars. And I like one pedal driving, I like regen on demand. It's like, you don't have to just like one or the other. You could like them all. Just like that, we're back at the store. My thoughts on the car: it runs smooth, the suspension feels good, clutch feels good. It needs an exhaust. These cars were very, very quiet. When I had mine, I put a Billy Boat Fusion exhaust, which was like a dual mode exhaust. Really, really sounded great. You really got those cool pops when you were downshifting and all. So I think the car definitely needs an exhaust. It is just entirely too quiet. And this would really make for a cool vehicle for someone to have as like a project to mod out and just, like I said, it's more basic as far as amenities, but if you just wanted something that was for raw performance, you know, you got yourself a nice 6.2 liter stock 430 horsepower car ready to mod out, ready to go, and you can turn it into a real beast if you want.